The most amazing Model 3 video so far, Model 3 parts orders are cut, Tesla sandbags Model 3 capabilities, and former SolarCity staff see the same mass reduction as Tesla. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 316 for October 30th, 2017. There are days when the lead story is rough to pick, and then there's days like today. If you're not aware, and you should be, Model 3 Owners Club posted an hour-long video review of Model 3. If you have any questions about the car, it's extremely unlikely that they won't be answered by this video. Trev and Kenneth have totally outdone themselves. They knocked it out of the park. If you have even a kernel of interest in Model 3, you have to watch this video. Continuing the Model 3 good news, Electrek has some new info on a previously reported story. Back in episode 298, we found out that the Model 3 actually had a better EPA rating than they're advertising. However, there was more to be found in that document. The change to the range, dropping down to 310 miles rated range versus 334 that the EPA would have originally rated at, was referred to as the, quote, Tesla desired range, end quote. The document also showed that the DC charge capability is 525 amps, which, if 400 volts is assumed, points to a 210 kilowatt charge rate DC. And that's actually a higher charge rate than Model S and Model X at 120 kilowatts. On top of this, the vampire drain of the car. Model S and Model X average 1% per day, and Model 3 will clock in at about 4% per month. Lastly, more of a stats type note, the weight of the battery pack clocks in at 1,058 pounds, a touch north of 25% of the weight of the car. So that's where the good news ends and reality decides to rear its ugly head. Teslarati reports that a major supplier has revealed that it has been instructed to cut orders back to 3,000 per week for December. Super disappointing, as on the surface, it would appear that Tesla will be nowhere near its production goal of 5,000 per week before the end of the year for Model 3. But, as we know, Elon time can strike at any time, and this was probably to be expected. We'll potentially get some more news on this come earnings day later this week. We'll see on November 1st. Lastly tonight, Teslarati also reports that SolarCity folks are experiencing the same mass employee release as the Tesla folks. And the same allegations go here as they did with the Tesla side, in that it had nothing to do with performance. Former employees speaking on condition of anonymity claim that Tesla has not conducted any performance reviews since acquiring the company. This would seem to corroborate issues on the other side of the business. We'll definitely keep an eye on the developing story. Make sure you check out the links to the full stories in the show description. While you're at it, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks very much to A. Yeagerman for upping your pledge over the weekend, and much love as usual to my super patrons John Waltower, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, John Rich, and Joey Boots for supporting the show at the $10 plus level. Be sure to show your love on YouTube, iTunes, and other services across the internet, or use the show referral code ts.la/JON4602 if you're in the market for a new Tesla. It's good for $1,000 off the car and free supercharging for the life of the vehicle, but you only have another day to get that $1,000 off. That's it for today. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.